for the entire weekend. VIP tickets also available, including a 3-day weekend pass, plus some really cool VIP perks. More guests will be announced. Buy your tickets and get more information at TwinCitiesCon.com.
This year, the magic is calling you like never before. Craft your own magic at the Wicked Wand Workshop and race for glory at the Ninja Warrior Challenge. Feast on hearty turkey legs and cheer on live combat jousts. There's something for everyone in our magical village. Bring your family, bring your friends, and create memories that will last through the ages. The Minnesota Renaissance Festival, weekends August 16th through September 28th. Don't miss the adventure. Get your tickets at RenaissanceFest.com.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, clear with a low of 57, then Thursday, sunshine with a high of 80. Don't miss your chance to set sail with Treasure Island this fall at Children's Theater Company. Join young Jim Hawkins and the infamous Long John Silver on an adventure packed with pirates, sword fights, live music, and heart-pounding action. Tickets are going fast. Get yours today at childrenstheater.org.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining us. It is One Question Psychic Readings with Refined Divine tonight. And before we bring her on, just going to say hello back over in Eden Prairie to Adam, holding down the fort at the station tonight. How are you doing?
Doing good. I've got the bunker ready to go in case we should happen to have another power outage like we did this afternoon. We should be fine.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's I get it. It's you know, you never know when the place is going to fall apart. So you know, every day it's a blessing that I leave there without a brick falling on me or a snake. So you know, that's how I see it as well. I spent the evening. What were we going to say? What were you going to say?
I was going to say at least the snake hadn't swallowed the brick before falling out of the ceiling on you.
That would just be comedic then. That's yeah. I don't know. But I spent the evening well. First of all, here's a little quiz for you, Adam. I want to see if you can answer the question properly. If you are parking on a street, do you A, park around the fire hydrant, or B, do you park in front of the fire hydrant completely? What would you do?
Well, from all the years of watching Batman 66 with Adam West and Burt Ward, I know you do not park in front of a fire hydrant because that makes you a criminal.
Exactly. And I have a fire hydrant in front of my house, and there is somebody parked right in front of it. I have no idea who it is. They're parked in front of it, and it's like, okay, well, it's against the law. You don't ever do that, but it's like, okay, we've had some parties on our street over the last couple months that are like, you know, lots of cars and stuff. So it's like, well, some people kind of smudge that rule a little bit. There's literally no other cars on our street. It's just one car, and he's parked in front of the fire hydrant. I love it. It's just like, are you kidding me? So,
see, this is when you needed to start a small fire in your front yard just to have the fire department show up so they could smash the guy's windows and put their hose through, like any good fire department will whenever they see, you know, a car parked in front of a hydrant.
I think it's pretty safe to say you don't ever want me to start a fire, small, large, or whatever. I think that we are literally playing with fire at that point. So, you know, I don't know if that's the right way to go. You know, but don't worry. The rest of my evening was very well spent. I was watching TikTok videos of cats who make sounds that sound like they're talking to us. You know, like, you know, that sort of thing. It was a well spent evening for sure. So
I follow a subreddit very similar to that, so I can't bash you for that.
A friend of mine, she started sending me videos of cats that are making sounds that are odd, and I said, well, okay, I'm going to up one. I'm going to send you sounds of them that sounds like that they're actually saying words. And it's amazing how much time you can waste doing that. Funny enough,
they're addicting too, because every single one of them, whether they be cats or dogs or some sort of furry animal that sounds human, just it brings a smile to my face, and I just continue to watch.
Yeah, my favorite lately though has been the pranks of people putting live speakers in stuff like cabinets and stuff. So when someone is about to open up like a cabinet door, like something screams at them, or they're in a room by themselves and there's this like ghostly sound like "Help me."
Oh God, that is brilliant.
It is. It is. You think that after like 10 of these, you'd get tired of it. You don't. And I find myself laughing out loud every single time. So
Brett's not in on Monday. We should do something to his office.
Well, what we do for him is that we have the air horn that's underneath the chair, so that when he sits down, it's like,
So he sounds like a pit bull song.
It's like he gets up, what's going on, sits down again, just I think that would be pretty awesome actually, and
I'm down for that.
I hope he's not listening. I mean, no one from this station listens, so I mean, come on.
No, we scare them.
We do scare them. So this is fun. Now, I a couple things I'm trying to figure out here. When was the last time you and I did a show together? It's just 2 weeks ago or something, right?
It's been like 3 weeks, honestly.
It's been through 3 weeks. And I believe, hasn't it been longer since we've had Refined Divine Deb on doing one question readings? It has, hasn't it? Or she had been in one since then, since like Labor Day.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just hope I remember where the big red button is when she starts going off.
She won't. She promised that she won't. She promised that she'll keep it clean.
She's promised that before too, and lost washing dishes for several weeks to her husband Dave.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we had Dave on last night, and it was so it's like husband-wife week here on GhostBox Radio, and I'm very happy to bring along our very own, our very favorite psychic medium, Refined Divine Deb. Deb, how are you doing tonight? I think you need to do you have to do the mute on your end, by the way.
Hi, I'm fantastic. Thank you.
You forgot how to use the equipment. I see that, but
the great thing about tonight, Greg, is that I was sitting here watching cat videos for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Before I got on.
Wow.
I love cat videos. It brings my heart so much joy just watching them. And like you said, you'd think you'd get sick of them, but you don't.
No, not at all. Not at all. Now we had Dave on the program last night, and well, I mean, that was interesting. How did he do? I mean,
I think he did fantastic.
All right.
He avoided a lot of questions about himself.
Yes, he did. That doesn't make for good radio, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the first thing I said to him when he got home. You avoided a lot of questions about yourself. And he just smiled, and I was like, no, the point of this is that you were supposed to tell him. And, he just started laughing, and I was like, well, I think you did a great job. I think that he did it from his heart, and that's what's important, is that you talk from your heart and say your truth. And he did a lot of that. So good job, Dave.
Yes. Adam asked me this afternoon when he got into work. He's like, how was last night? I said, well, Dave kind of didn't really talk a whole lot about himself. So yeah, no, I'm glad we're on the same page here. I just wish that Dave was a little bit more. But no, it's all good.
Dave's off in Dave land.
He is off in Dave land.
And he's always off in Dave land.
Joshua in the comments says, I don't need cat videos. I have 5. And it's actually a very important point in a sense, because when I watch some of these videos, I'm like, oh, how cute is this, this cat video? How cute are these cats? And then I'm like, oh, wait, I have one like a centimeter from me, because Puff is always just like attached to me. And so it's like, well, it helps me actually put the phone down on occasion and actually, make sure I pay attention to her. Now, you had a a cat thing going on yesterday that you got your cat back, right?
Yeah, she's a little trickster. She's like a half the size of an actual cat. She's a little itty bitty. Her name is Nessie, and she is such a little stinker. You open the door and she jets. Well, she jet out and she's been in the clink a couple times. We had to go get her out of kitty jail. She goes to the Humane Society. Everybody just loves her because she's just so cute. You pick her up and she just rubs all over you. She's like so sweet. Everybody just adores her. But she often gets herself into trouble, and she was missing since Friday, and we're really getting worried. And so we made out some posters, and I'd already been to kitty jail all around us to make sure she wasn't in the clink, and nobody had turned her in, and she's chipped and everything. And so I found out that she actually was upstairs in the closet and she's not feeling well.
No.
So yeah, she's got to go to the vet tomorrow, and we're gonna see what's going on with her. So yeah, but we have 4 cats and we still watch cat videos.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I mean, because not all cats do the same thing. So
that's right.
I mean,
my cats do not stand up like humans, and I think that's really cool.
Oh, that's a skinwalker is what you're dealing with. So yeah. So tonight we are doing one question readings, and you all know the routine. It's been a while, so you should all have some new questions that you want to ask Deb, and a couple ways you can do so. You can put your question.
We can just talk all night.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it could be about cat videos, that sort of thing. But put your question in the comments. But you get to the front of the line quicker if you give us a call, 952-946-6205. The idea here is to overwhelm Adam because we haven't done this in a while. And let's see how nimble he is with the phone tonight. That's kind of how that's going to work. While we get some questions ready to go here, I said this to Dave yesterday, but I want to say it to you. I really want to thank you for having me out at the Mankato Holistic Expo last Saturday. What an amazing turnout and what an amazing event. And thank you so very much for that. That is fantastic.
Yeah, they are just growing, aren't they? From just a year ago, they've come so far. I'll tell you, the time that it takes to screen all these vendors and make sure that they're authentic and make sure that everybody that is there is for the right reasons. It takes a lot of time on my part, but it's worth it because I'll tell you, those fairs, the energy and the people the attendees and the people that are there, the alignment is just out of this world. It's phenomenal.
It is phenomenal, and then the next this weekend, you are going to be down in Iowa, right?
Yep, we are in Dubuque, Iowa, and Davenport, Iowa, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4, and then 11 to 4 the next day.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. Now, folks, you're putting in stuff in the comments, and I'm reading them. I just want to let you know, for some reason tonight, when I put them up on screen, it kind of messes things up on the picture. I don't know why. So if I'm reading your comments and not putting it up, please don't be annoyed by me. But when it comes to a question, I'll put that up on screen so Deb can see it. But Nikki,
I was going to say, that means they're going to have to call in because I have to actually see the message to get the energy line to psychically read for written. And so if we can't do that tonight, they're going to have to call in.
We'll definitely do that. We'll put it up there. Nikki says, before we get started, Nikki says, hi, Greg, Deb, Adam, and Dave. Dave did great last night. We are so proud of him. I don't know if I'd go that far. I mean, it's fine. I mean, Deb, come on, right? And let's be realistic over here. It was okay. They're funny. Yes, Dave did very well. I mean, I guess that's what we have to do is keep stroking that ego for a while. Okay. We're doing questions, one question readings. We got some in the comments, but we have some calls. And once again, if you call in, you get to the front of the line, 952-946-6205. That's where we're going to start. We have Carrie. Carrie, welcome to GhostBox Radio. How are you doing tonight? Hello. Carrie, what happened to you?
I think we just lost Carrie.
Is it because I'm too nice?
Might be. Should we go ahead and try line 2?
Yeah, let's bring on Shane. Shane, are you with us?
Hi.
Hi, how are you tonight?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Oh, so the phone system isn't working, Adam. I think that's what we're kind of learning
I
here.
Hey,
I can't hear you guys so well.
Shane, can you hear us now?
Yeah, no, I can't.
Oh, so it was Adam that was
I can hear you now.
a mistake. Okay, just want to make sure. How are you doing tonight, Shane?
I love your show. Good. I love your show. I just found it this summer. I love listening. It's a great late night listen.
Oh, that's so kind. That really makes me happy. Thank you so very much. Do you have a question for Deb tonight?
Awesome. Yeah, so me and my partner, my boyfriend, feel like we have got a spirit in our home based on a few things. It seems to like to open doors. My partner has seen the spirit a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess my question is just, what can we do to, well, I know that it's an evil or bad spirit, and so it makes him a little bit uncomfortable, but I guess I'm wondering what I can do to assuage his concern about the spirit, the entity that.
Yeah, and so it's not only just doors are opening, there's other things happening in the apartment too. We see a lot of
In the
activity
house, yeah.
happening. We see a lot of activity happening. And so when we get something like this that isn't ours, because this isn't linked to you or him, this is something that has drifted in and it's new. It's not something that's been there forever. And so when we get something like this, we need to sage the house. So you get yourself some white sage, every single room in a square, and then open that front door and let that sage out of the house itself. And I'll tell you, your partner is really gifted. It's not just that he's just seeing these things because he sees them. His whole life he's had experiences where he's like the supernatural, the paranormal, the other side has been presenting itself to him. And so what's happening is that those gifts of his are coming more to fruition, that they're becoming stronger and stronger. And when this happens, it's really important that we're saging our house so that we are saying, this is our sacred space. Don't come in here, please.
Okay, and will that also sort of ensure that if there are good entities or spirits, that they are welcome there, and that
They're not
so
gonna,
good
if
ones
they're
are not
yours,
welcome?
they're not gonna leave. If we sage our house, we sage our space, and if they're ours, they will not leave. It's only gonna remove things that are not of your nature, not of your origin or of yours.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and I do sage occasionally. The last time that he saw the spirit and made him uncomfortable last week, I saged, and he hasn't seen it,
Yeah.
since then.
And so I
do
would do
the
it,
saging of-
and I would do it 7 days in a row, every single night for 7
Really?
days. Yep, 7 days will
Okay.
seal that house so that it's not coming back.
And normally when I sage, I will say something like, this house is for good and love and caring, and
And so
anything that's
when we
evil is
sage,
not welcome here.
we don't say anything because you don't want to irritate anything that's there. So we don't taunt
Oh, okay.
things with love, light, anger, none of it, because something of the light could be upset by something of the dark, and something of the dark could be upset by something by the light. And so we always just say, just light that sage with zero intent, and move that sage around the whole entire house, and then just open the front door and let it out. That way we're not agitating anything, because we don't really know what's there until we go there and investigate it and open it up and look at it. So you don't want to agitate anything because you're not sure what it is. And it's like I say, don't go poking the bear.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's great. And
Fantastic. I really appreciate that.
And I'm glad that you mentioned, because I think a lot of people don't always do this, is having an exit for where you're smudging. You need to have.
Yeah,
like
you
Deb
gotta
just
have an
said.
exit.
Yeah,
You
have
gotta
a
have an
door
exit,
Yeah,
like where it's gonna
door,
go.
chimney, something that it can
Yeah.
exit, right?
that you can.
A
safely-
window would work too if you can't do a door.
Yeah.
Yeah, a window would work, but the front door is actually very symbolic. And so
Yeah.
that's why we always say the front door,
Okay,
but
now-
you could use a back door or window.
Would you leave the front door entirely open? Like even if I was doing it in February, just leave it entirely open for the saging?
So it's just the act of opening the door. It's not leaving the door open. It's literally just opening it up and saying, this is, just opening it up and saying, this is your space. This is where you need to go. Just
So you
open
sage
it
the
up.
entire house, then you open the door.
Yep. And then close it. Mm-hmm.
And you said you say anything when you open the door, or
No, I don't say anything. I don't ever irritate. I always instruct all of my people not to irritate whatever is there. We don't have to try to make it go to the light. We don't have to make it do anything, because here's the thing that I want everybody to understand, not just you, is that you don't know what you're messing with. And you don't want to go around and go in there and get something aggravated, because then we may have like a poltergeist on our hand. We don't know. And so it's just the act of opening the door, getting that sage moving around, and just saying, this is our space, and they will just leave. And I'll tell you, I've only had one time that this didn't work. One time. And it was a poltergeist. And, we had to go there and help remove it. But everything is removable. Everything.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I feel so lucky to have gotten to talk to both of you tonight. Thank you, Greg, and thank you, Refine Divine.
And I feel lucky to be able to have met you, Shane. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks again. Have a great night, guys.
You too. Thank you very much. Once again, we are doing one question readings with Psychic Medium, Refined Divine Deb. We have on the lines, we're going to have Carrie and Linda. But what I want to do first is I want to take a break, because we need to get some messages in. But when we come back, we'll get to Carrie, we'll get to Linda, we'll get to questions in the comments. And as always, once again, if you call in, you'll get to the front of the line, 952-946-6205. It's one question readings tonight. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
This year, the adventure is calling louder than ever before. Craft your own magic at the Wicked Wand Workshop. Race for glory at the Ninja Warrior Challenge. Or battle for honor at the Viking Invasion. Plus, enjoy classic favorites like live armored combat jousting. Or slay your hunger with tasty turkey legs. The Minnesota Renaissance Festival is back with new adventures. Get your discounted tickets now at select Quick Trip, Walgreens, Cub Foods, and Menards locations. Or at RenaissanceFest.com. Huzzah!
Twin Cities Con returns to the Minneapolis Convention Center for their 5th year, November 7th through the 9th. Twin Cities Con is a celebration of comics, toys, TV, film, art, cosplay, games, and all things nerdy. There's nothing like Twin Cities Con. It's also a family-friendly event where you can meet your favorite celebrities, browse the vendor hall and artist alley for the coolest merch, watch celebrity Q&As, and even more. Twin Cities Con is bigger and better than before. Come see from the Star Wars universe Ahmad Best, Rosario Dawson and Giancarlo Esposito, Brendan Fraser, and the cast of The Mummy, WWE Wrestling Hall of Famers Sting and Mick Foley, and the voice actors from the hit Disney series Phineas and Ferb, plus more guests to be announced. 3 days of action-packed fun in the heart of Minneapolis at the Minneapolis Convention Center. Tickets start at $50. Kids tickets are just $10 for the entire weekend. VIP tickets also available, including a 3-day weekend pass, plus some really cool VIP perks. More guests will be announced. Buy your tickets and get more information at TwinCitiesCon.com.
Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refinedivinepsychic.com.
That Twin Cities Con is going to be pretty amazing this year. And once again, we're going to have a table out there. It just blew us away last year. I am pretty certain that I'm going to be doing a presentation out there as well this year. So please go out there, and it's going to sound very Star Wars heavy. And I'm hoping that they bring in, I think there's going to be a lot more guests that they're going to announce. So, check out their website, keep seeing what they're up to, but also we will make those updates as well. We have with us, before we bring back Deb, I just want to quickly also say that if possible, if you're watching this, especially on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun on Facebook, please consider sending stars our way. And the reason why that we want stars is that it's going to help our algorithm for people to see us, to find us, to watch us. And, this is a community. GhostBox Radio is a community. What we really want is to get more people to see what we're doing and get more people to call in. Because if we keep getting like more and more people calling in, like on a show like tonight, we just keep adding more times that Deb shows up then. You know what I mean? We just make it so that we are catering to what people want, and getting more people to watch is only good for everybody. So please consider sending some stars our way. We would greatly appreciate it. Now, going to bring back Deb, and we're just gonna. Why don't we just carry on with some more? Get answers some more questions. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm just going to say real fast, because I do see some questions in the comments, and I just want to kind of, and it's up to Deb if she wants to answer, but just as kind of, and we haven't done this in a while, so I'm kind of forgetting some of the ground rules that I lay out. Deb is not a doctor nor a lawyer. So just kind of keep that in mind. I'll probably still have the questions come up, but it'll be up to her to decide how she wants to answer it. But just keep that in mind as well. If you feel like that there is something wrong with you, go to a doctor. Okay. Just make sure that you're taking care of yourself. That's all I'm going to say on that. So,
Well, I just want to add, Greg, that I just did a reading of a guy that passed away, and he came through talking to us about how he had a wife that did energy healing, and she was also psychic, and he just kept having her do healings on him, and he only went to the doctor one time and got a prognosis of lung cancer, and he kept having the wife do energy healings, and he kept seeing different psychics and different holistic healers, and he died within 8 months of the first diagnosis until he passed, and all he kept saying to us from the other side is that he wished that he would have went to the doctor, and he wishes that he would have taken care of it. And he talked to us for quite a long time about how it's so important to remember that to take care of your body. He kept saying to us, we wish we took care of our body. And so I always have to share that with people, like insight and understanding with our body, and medically some things that are wrong. But here's the thing: if you break a bone, a psychic or a holistic healer can't fix that, right? You
Yeah.
have to go to a doctor to have that set and put a cast on it. Like, there's physical things that need attending, and one of those things is cancer, and one other things that are ailing the body that need attention by an actual doctor who knows what they're doing. And so just always just remember that. Just go to the dang doctor. It's okay. Like, it's better to know that there's nothing there, and to and calm your worries, than it is to prolong and just keep going and then wish you did.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So just please, folks, keep that in mind. We have I believe we have full lines on the phone at the moment, and we're going to take them in the order that they came in. Carrie, are you still with us?
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
Greg
Thanks for waiting. Thanks for waiting. I know that was a little bit of a wait.
Well, somehow my first call, I heard, and Carrie, and then the phone just, it dropped. So anyway, my question is, my mother passed August 16th, and I'm wondering if Deb has any messages from her for her loved ones that she left behind.
And what's her name, please?
Marge.
And was it Marjorie?
Margaret.
Okay, her real name, Margaret?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, great. So she comes in and she's real strong. Now, she was a great pillar of the family, yes? Like, everybody kind of gravitated around her. Yes. And she shows me that everybody came to her for advice, and everybody came to her and always wanted to sit with her. Now, when you sat with her, she was the type that wasn't going to let you get up. Like, you were in it for the day.
Correct.
She's showing me that it didn't matter if she's talking about the weather, or she's talking about, what was on TV, or somebody's birthday, or somebody passed away. Like, she literally just loved conversation with her family. Her family was her whole life, wasn't it?
It was. And we had a pink casket for her.
Well, don't tell a psychic anything. Come on now.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. Cover your ears.
It wasn't just a pink casket. She shows me pink spreads of everything mixed with white.
Yes.
Yes. And so she says to us that this was also something that was around her house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm. And she says to us that you guys incorporated that. It very much was her funeral and her home, or the same kind of mix and match that she had there. And so her message to all of you is that she knows how loved she was. She knows how loved she was. And all of you just hope that you did by her right. And she says to us, of course you did.
Yeah, she struggled for about 4 years, but
yeah, you all did right by her. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for calling.
Carrie. Thank you.
Okay.
Really appreciate it. Before we get to our next caller, talking about the doctor stuff, Joshua says, sadly, many can't afford to go to the doctor. I wouldn't let that be a block for you to try to get to a doctor somehow, some way. If you need to, I think if you do the research, and Joshua, I know you're going to come back and say, I've done the research, but I'm going to say that I'm sure that there is in a lot of areas different sort of ways to get lower cost medical attention if you need to do so. I just don't feel like that's quite the right tack to take if you really feel like you need to go and get looked at for something. That's my 2 cents. Yeah.
La Crosse and Onalaska, Wisconsin have $35 doctors. The Neighborhood Family Clinic, it is $35 to see a doctor. Absolutely phenomenal, top of the line care. They used to be Mayo doctors and Gunnarsson doctors. They came together, retired doctors from all over, gynecologists, dermatologists, pregnancy doctors, depression doctors, migraine doctors, all retired, came together to make this facility, Greg. And I'm very passionate about this facility myself because I and my family use it. They want to make healthcare affordable. And so it's $35 for a visit to be seen. And they actually have dispensary for medication right there. So you're going to pay about $5 for amoxicillin if you have a strep throat or something going on. It's going to cost you about $40 if you need amoxicillin or like a regular appointment. They also do other things. I've had x-rays done there. I've had surgical things done there, and very minimal cost. It's absolutely amazing. You guys go check it out. Neighborhood Family Clinic, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Now, I know, like Joshua, for example, I know he's down in Florida. I know that people all around, but I mean, and Linda says health clinics are a great place to start. So, I mean, if you need it, I know that there's resources out there, and it's, sometimes it doesn't fit our budget the way that we'd like it, but there is options out there. Speaking of Linda, we have Linda on the line who would like to ask a question. Linda, are you still with us?
Yeah. Hi, Joshua.
How are you doing, Linda?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I'm doing really. I can hear through the through the computer, yeah, but I guess I can't hear you through the phone.
Can't hear us through the phone?
Can you hear me through the phone?
Yeah, I can. Well, I'm not on the phone with you, but I can hear you. Yeah.
No, but okay. Well, I just briefly wanted to say my question is, am I ready yet? I have a new interest. He's only 2 years older than me, and he's been grieving 4 years, and I'm at less than a year grieving for my last love, and I've known him for a little over a year. Yeah. So
Linda, it's a yes.
I did have a dream about him. I did. I had a dream about him, and I was just wondering if, that's really nice. That's really actually a blessing. If he's really
very friendly, very kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Go have so much fun.
And tell Dave he did a good job last night on the show. It was really nice to hear how he put things in. It explained a lot to me because I'm surrounded by skeptics, and I always wanted something to know what to say.
I love it. I'll let him know. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. And thanks, Greg.
Good luck with that, Linda. Honestly, I mean, the downside is, of course, if you get too involved, might mean you might watch less of our show. I mean, that's my main concern, of course.
Well, it's you don't have to worry about that. You're my go-to for evening at 8:00 in my time, even though it's 10:00 your time. So I know that the day is going to be better when I tune you in. So thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. All right. I appreciate it, Linda. Now, once again, folks, we're doing one question readings with psychic medium Refined Divine. As you can see, if you call in, you're going to get to the front of the line. That's 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. We now go to Angie. Angie, are you still with us?
I am here.
Hi, Angie. Thank you for waiting. Really appreciate that a lot. Do you have a question for Deb tonight?
Yeah. Hi, Deb and the guys. I was just wondering if my dad has any new messages for me or any signs that I'm missing.
Just feeling so proud, and like the heart energy is radiating towards you. Just so proud of the steps that you're taking for betterment for yourself, and wishes that he could have took those steps while he was living. I'm really proud of you for making the choices that you're making, and that's what you've been feeling from him. Like there's just something. This is that something, and so just take that on and really own it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Does that resonate at all, Angie? Or
It does, yeah, for sure. And by the way, I have a cat that says my kid's name to mess with her. You guys have a good night.
You too. Thank you very much. It's funny because during the break, I just looked down on the ground next to me on the floor. It's all known as the floor, not the ground. And Puff is there. I don't know where she came from, but she's just like laying like a lump of dirty clothes or something. It's like, oh my God, where did you come from? She's so loud everywhere else, and then she just kind of sneaks in here. That's what cats do, though, isn't it? That's just kind of how they operate. So once again, folks, if you want to call in, 952-946-6205. If you have a question for Deb, that works. Otherwise, we're going to go to the comments, which we have a lot of questions here as well. We start with Joshua. He sent this early on. He says, "Hi, friends. I have a question for Deb. Will this cross-country move happen within 15 months? It seems insurmountable, but I'm determined. I'm really hoping I can somehow make it work. It's important to me to do so."
It just seems like there's a lot of energy in the lack of Joshua. So we want you to change your thought process to the positives and the gratitude side of things. When we're manifesting something and wanting something to really happen, we need to look at more of the positive things and feel more positive towards that. And so they're just talking to us about knowing that the more gratitude you have for what you've been doing and moving more positive direction, the faster that this is going to happen.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, and that's, nope. And I think, that's such a great piece of advice anyway, just the keeping the positive. Let's see here. Okay. Annette has a question, and Annette's question is, "Hello, Deb." That's more of a statement. "Hello, Deb. I was wondering if me seeing tons of feathers lately, do any of my grandparents or someone else have a message for me?"
Just a reminder that they were just right there on that. This is definitely a grandma. This is a grandma energy, and this is one that used to always look at the birds, talk to the birds, and used to like make a sound of bird, and like almost like a tweet, tweet, tweet. I'm hearing like a very love for the birds themselves and feeding the birds. And so she's just sending you this. We're right here. We're right here with you. It seems like you've been having some changes as of late, and just for that support with that change.
Okay. That's great. I love feathers. I haven't run across feathers myself in a while. Because when I used to go for daily walks, I would constantly run across feathers, and I would go and see what color they were and what that meaning was. I just love that stuff. I gotta get back out walking.
And so the problem here is that you're not going for daily walks.
Well, I knew that. I could tell. My
The
body
feathers
could
are
tell you
there,
that.
Greg.
Yeah, no, I didn't say the feathers weren't there. I just said that I'm not there. So
I hear
no.
you. I went out
Eventually.
for a walk today. It was beautiful.
Well, we got to take a break here, but I got to say that your miraculous recovery in just how nimble you were when I saw you in Mankato, it's just incredible. I mean, it really is. So
Yeah, we have some really strong healers in my mentoring classes, and I'll tell you, they really worked on my ankles. For those that don't know, I had a double sprain with a fracture in one of them, and I had a boot, and I was all binded up and everything. And I'll tell you what, we're walking with nothing now. We don't have a brace on.
no, I mean, someone had to remind me that you actually had hurt yourself, because I saw you walking around and didn't even think twice about it. So yeah, absolutely. No, that's very cool. We need to get a break in. When we come back, we definitely have some questions in the comments. Once again, though, if you want to call in, 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. We're doing one-question readings with psychic medium Refine Divine. You are listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
Greg Bakun here. I love historic tours of Minneapolis and seeing everything it has to offer. But if you know me, I like to include a little spooky in my tours, which is why I found the perfect combination. Minneapolis Trolley Tours does this amazing candlelight ghost tour that you have to check out. It's an extremely immersive experience. It's a trolley trip that starts out at a haunted mansion, traveling around Minneapolis locations, exposing ghost stories that the public and business owners would rather left untold. Then a tour of the aforementioned haunted mansion where ghosts of past residents from the 1800s reside, plus a lot of surprises to discover. Next, experience Gertrude's After Hours. Did I mention Gertrude is the mansion's most famous ghost? Maybe she'll show up. And you finish up the tour at Gertrude's Lounge in the haunted basement of the mansion with refreshments and Q&A. The trolleys are climate controlled and the mansion is restored to perfection. Check out MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for more information.
Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refine Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refine Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refinedivinepsychic.com.
And something that we haven't really talked about yet, because we've been so busy answering questions, and which has been a lot of fun tonight, and really appreciate everyone calling in. I just want to draw everyone's attention to the fact that these are just one question readings. These are not a full reading. A full reading really breaks down a lot of stuff, takes you to areas that you would like to go to, that Deb can help you with, and Deb can do readings on, or channeling, or whatever else. Go to refinedivinepsychic.com, schedule a full reading. There's a lot of different options for readings, so it doesn't have to be one size, one price fits all. That there's a lot of different options there. And while you're there, you might as well check out the classes that Deb is putting on, the events that she's putting on. Amongst them, of course, is this cruise that we're talking about taking in November. I know we're knocking on October's door right now, but there's still some spaces available. And, you know, you might just be like, I'd like to take a vacation where I'm also doing some learning and some, you know, getting some teachings from Deb as well. I mean, all that's going to happen. Go to refinedivinepsychic.com, check out the details of the cruise. And I think after reading it, you may want to check that out and take part in it. There's still some space available. And also, once again, please consider doing a full reading. I mean, these one question readings, Deb, they're great, but it's just part of it. It's just a small kind of sample, really, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And we have so many different ways that they can do that. We have 5 questions written for $45, and then it goes up from there. So we have all price ranges for everybody.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. The current plan is that I will be out there as well, doing the show, and checking out some of the sites and whatnot. So, I hope that those of you are listening and you've already got your tickets and whatnot, love to meet you and say hi. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be really cool. Thank you for you and Dave for thinking about that and putting that together. It's gonna be a real incredible
The
time.
cruise is going to be incredible. Yes. I was thinking 5 written questions.
Well, that's
I'm
pretty
over
good
here.
too.
Yep. I was over here on the left page and we were on the right page.
Yep. No.
The cruise starts at as low as $805, you guys, for one person, including the spiritual retreat, your lodging, your food, everything. And so people say, well, why is it so cheap? Because I and Dave rented out a whole bunch of rooms, making it a group rate underneath Refine Divine. That's
Yep.
how. So it's an incredible experience. You're going to want to try it out, guys. We're going to Cozumel, Progresso, 2 days with a spiritual retreat during the sea days. Incredible.
It is. It is. Both are great value for your money.
Yes,
Both
absolutely.
the 5-question readings and the cruise.
Yeah, sorry.
and the classes. No, I think I probably just missed something along the way. And there's people that we know that are taking classes currently that are it sounds like that they're really benefiting from it. So I mean, it's like real time feedback, really, and it's been.
Oh my gosh, we have life changing. I mean, I can't even begin to even touch the miracles that happens when people enter the self-empowerment classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because we empower you to change your life through unconditional love for self and alignment with your psychic abilities. And I channel every single class for that whole hour. And then I do interactive one-on-ones during those classes, Greg. And so just today, literally, we had this lady who has only been in our classes for 3 weeks. Her right hip has been so sore she could hardly walk. It's been ridiculous for 5 years. She went out for a mile walk today. She called me crying. She was so happy because she's moving her own emotional energy out of her body with these classes, and she's working through her stuff. And so it's just amazing what happens when people enter into self-healing.
That's fantastic. Going back now, because let's get a couple more questions in. Since I know that some folks have been waiting a while to see if their question comes up. And once again, to get to the front of the line, give us a call, 952-946-6205. Tabitha asks the question, what lessons am I meant to learn from my current challenges?
This one's going to sting a little bit, but it's not always about money. That life has so much to offer. Really start looking at the heart linkages that you have with your family and everything that is around you, and that there's so much more to everything than what meets the eye. Spirit says to us, if we died today, what would matter? What would matter? And if we had 24 hours to live, Tabitha, what would be the most important thing that you would have here on this earth? That's where we need to focus.
Okay. And Tabitha, if you're still with us, let us know if that resonates with you. I'd love to know. Let's see here. Now, the question that I had brought up, and I think it's worth asking anyway, because it's a little bit more medical, but you also talk about the moving of emotional energy and whatnot to help you with your health. Dorothy asked the question, what is wrong with my intestines?
So when we have stuff with intestines, it is not dealing with our emotions and swallowing it, and it can cause intestinal and stomach dysfunction. And so, like I said, always go to the doctor, get it checked out, make sure that we don't have anything super wrong. But we do feel, Dorothy, that you swallow a lot of what needs to be said instead of saying it. You need to vocalize what you actually feel in your heart. We know you're a vocal person, but we're talking about what you actually feel. A lot of times we're suppressing our true emotions, and that is just being pushed down into our guts. And so working on talking your truth and letting that out.
And it's interesting because we had an episode about this when you came on talking about experiences, talking about what different parts of the body, and we didn't get through everything, and we're going to do it again at some point. What parts of the body, when it's in pain, what does that mean? And this seems like this falls, obviously very much in that.
Yep. Intestines. And then, we always say when you don't let go of your shit, you literally aren't letting go of your shit. So like your intestines, when we talk about releasing, oh, I just swore, didn't I? I'm getting the head shake. We're talking about releasing and not releasing. When we are holding onto our stuff, we're literally holding on to our stuff, and that's talking about our poop. And so when we are constipated, we're not processing. And I'll tell you, it's just the opposite. People who have diarrhea all the time, spewing our emotions all over the place and not being able to regulate them, will also have just the opposite effect with that. And I'll tell you, the correlation with people and this is insane. Like, people come in and see me for these health issues. I'm telling you, it's 99% accurate. I mean, there is a small error where it doesn't fit, or it's not right on, but it's almost crazy how accurate the emotions are to the illnesses in the body.
Now, I've met a lot of people who have diarrhea of the mouth, but those people exist too. Trust
Well, I
me.
think they just don't talk about their diarrhea of their bum.
Of the bum.
Well, I'm watching my mouth over here, Greg.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's fine. That's fine. I mean, the FCC damage has already been done, so it's quite all right. Annette says, because we had read we because now I'm a part of this. You had read for Annette about the feathers, and she says, "Thank you, Deb. My grandma Joan loved her birds, and so did my grandpa John. I know my grandpa has been around me because he loves to play jokes on me. I am glad my grandma is near me." So there you go.
Beautiful.
There you go. Joanne has a question. She says, "I was told my house is like a metro station. People come and go. I was told they are all good. My question is, would it not be easy for bad ones to get in?"
Well, it all depends on, Jonah, about your frequency and your energy. So you have really good energy. And so remember that the frequency matches frequency. And so people who watch horror movies, murder mysteries, things like this, lower frequency things are gonna pull in more lower frequency things. Our bodies ourselves align with energies. And so when we're depressed, not feeling well, our energies are going to be lower. And then we're going to draw in things of a lower nature. So it's always about understanding the frequency level of where we're at. And so always thinking, okay, if I'm not doing well, raise my frequency. Let's get into a happier space, sage my house so that things like that aren't welcome here. And so, no, Joan, things of lower frequencies can't get in because you do really good maintenance of your life and who you are, and what. Hey, Talon, we're on radio. Of the frequencies of your body being matched.
Yeah. No, it's a good question too, because I'm sure other people feel, have those situations as well with their houses. So it's good, and even like Shane earlier talking about that spirit that's in his house with him and his partner.
Mhm.
It's like, it's all, it's good advice for sure. I hope, Joanne, I hope that helps. Let's see here. Nikki says, since Greg was meowing, I'll ask a pet question. I'd like to know how my cat Zippy feels about his quality of life.
Zippy feels like getting a little bit old and achy. So the question seems to be ruminating, is he happy? Yes. He loves his snacks. He's still happy.
Yeah. Well, Zippy.
Zippy's not too zippy these days, but he's still enjoying his snacks.
Still enjoying his snacks. Now, here's the question: is Puff happy here?
Yes, absolutely. I get so much love from her heart and mischievousness, playful.
Yeah, well, and I mean, especially for her age. And I don't mean to be an ageist. I don't want people to cancel me or anything, but she is an older cat. And just yesterday, we're on the stairs and it was on the landing, and it's where Linus and I always played, and she's playing with me, and I'm like bent over to kind of snuggle with her and stuff, and she just jumps up on my back and then jumps down and jumps around a little bit. I was like, what on earth? My gosh. So it's great. She's just such a love bug, and it's really been fun to really see and be able to have her in my life. Now, Tabitha, she asked about her current challenge, and she said, actually, surprisingly enough, Deb's response to my question was not a sting. It brought forth the reality and actually very spot on. I appreciate you and I thank you You always give me something to reflect and work on for my progression of self. There we go.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's very nice. I hope she doesn't think I was trying to make it sound like it was a sting. I just want to know if it resonated with her because, I mean, it's tough love. It's, sometimes it's just like really,
Yeah. People don't
and
come to us to be, if you come to me for me to flatter you and think that we're going to have a beautiful conversation, that's not what I do. I give you straightforward answers and I give you direct, exactly the way that spirit wants to give it and wants it delivered. And so I'm not about people pleasing. And so the reason why people adore us and love to see us is because I don't hold back and I give it to you just like it is. And we're not going to get forward or go anywhere better, faster, longer if we don't take care of the core issue that's at hand. And we can't do that if we're not going to hit it direct on.
Absolutely. Now, as we are coming to the end of the show, I want to remind folks to make sure that you go to refinedivinepsychic.com. Check out the way to get a full reading from her, as well as classes, a lot of her events, everything else that she has going on, the cruise. Go to refinedivinepsychic.com. On Facebook, go to Psychic Medium, Refine Divine. I think that's a great place to really keep up with all of their events as well. Make sure you do so. Deb, we're at the end of the show. This was a lot of fun. I really missed this. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back on track. Also, Greg, they could go to the bottom of my first page on my website and get on the free email newsletter. We send out one every single week saying where we're at. So that's a good way to keep up with us.
That's fantastic, folks. Make sure you do that. It's well worth your time. Everyone, have a fantastic evening. Tomorrow's a replay. Friday, unfortunately, is a replay because I am on an investigation. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Come on.